Much after corrupt assistant FBI director resigns, Trump reveals next move on FISA memo by Dan Lindsay, Politics, U.S. News from AdWorldNews.com. Just hours after corrupt assistant FBI director Andrew McCabe stepped down from his position, President Donald Trump revealed what his next move is going to be as far as the FISA memo is concerned, and you don't want to miss this. On Friday morning, January 29, 2018, headlines broke that Andrew McCabe was no longer employed by the FBI. Although he had announced his retirement a couple of weeks earlier, McCabe stepped down the morning after FBI Director Christopher Wray reviewed the damning FISA memo on Sunday evening. So I guess Gateway Pundit was saying he was fired, so I don't know. Now, Trump is coming right out and telling Americans what his next move is in regards to the FISA memo, which Democrats desperately want to keep from going public. According to Daily Caller, Trump's administration will consider the national security implications of releasing the FISA memo, which is currently classified, before going any further. The House Intelligence Committee is expected to vote on whether or not to release the memo on Monday, January 29, today, 2018. It's supposed to be at 5 o'clock. It's already 6:10. During an interview with CNN, White House Deputy Press Secretary Raj Shah provided the details about what President Trump will do next. The president certainly has the authority. Look, there's a process, a constitutional process that's in place. The House of Representatives may vote out to release this memo, and then it goes to the president's hands, Shah explained. And then he has the ability to object to it and just say, I want to release or I don't want to release. That's a 5-day review period. If that happens, we're going to have a whole national security review and look at this document and make a determination. The president will make a determination, Shah added. When asked if he thinks Congressman Devin Nunes is making the right call by not allowing the Department of Justice to view the memo right now, Shah replied, well, I'll say this. The constitutional process as laid out involves the House of Representatives, the House Intelligence Committee, and the White House, and the President of the United States. The Department of Justice doesn't have a role in this process. Wow, Shah just put all the haters who are up in arms over the DOJ not being allowed to see the FISA memo to shame. I can just see the liberal hand-wringers foaming at the mouth in frustration over Shah's answers. Next, CNN's Chris Cuomo accused the White House of sending a very ugly message about the Department of Justice by not allowing them to see the memo. Shah appears to have no problem knocking that issue down to size. Well, you say it sends an ugly message, and I say it could send a message of accountability. It could shed light on allegations that have existed for some time, he responded. Again, nobody has seen the memo at the White House. I certainly haven't seen it. We will see what's in it for if the House of Representatives votes it out, and then the president will make a decision, Shah added. Lastly, Cuomo tells Shah that President Trump is dragging his feet in giving the FISA memo the attention that it's due. Shah put Cuomo in his place again by saying, well, he's got a State of the Union to prepare for, and he just got back from international travel. These are obviously things that Chris Cuomo already knew, but wanted to grill White House Deputy Press Secretary Raj Shah after the verbal beating Cuomo took during the interview. You really can't blame him for being a little sour at the end. The bottom line here is that the left is terrified altogether of the FISA memo going public. The mainstream media is scared about their part in the whole scandal being revealed, just as much as corrupt government officials are terrified. The truth is going to come out, and more heads will roll. Andrew McCabe was just a good start. Absolutely. And that's an 18-minute clip. I may put it up separately. But again, you notice how arrogant they are, because just take a listen, just the attitude of Cuomo, just the attitude, just the attitude.
After joining us now, White House Principal Deputy Press Secretary Raj Shah. Good to see you, Raj.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having.
I'm more than sure he's saying good to see you. Like, really? Look at his face. Look at his face.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Appreciate it. Big day on not just the eve of the State of the Union, but today is the deadline to effectuate these sanctions that were passed 98-2 against Russia for election interference back in the summer. Will you act today?
Well, the Department of Treasury does plan to act today to issue a report and take this process the next step forward. I've been watching your show for the last few minutes. I just want to challenge the premise that you're going about here, which is to state that this president has somehow not been tough on Russia. It was just last month that the president authorized the sale of offensive weapons to Ukraine, which is something the previous administration was not willing to do in its fight against Russian separatists. So this administration has been tough on Russia. We're going to move forward on the sanctions legislation and meet our statutory obligations. And we're always going to fight for American interests.
Raj, I have to question your premise of questioning the premise. You don't think that a pretty clear case is made, not just by how long it took to effectuate these recent sanctions, but that the president's talk about Russia is so consistently mild compared to what he says about other foreign countries, let alone inimical actors? You think it's even a close call?
No, I certainly don't agree with your premise at all. I think the president, unlike members of Congress or people screaming from the peanut gallery, is actually responsible for America's foreign policy. We have to work with Russia in some areas. We have to work with them in the Middle East. We have to work with them on the issue of Ukraine and others. But this president has been tough. He has been forceful, and he's pursued America's interests around the globe. He is exporting energy to Eastern Europe. He is, in the instance of Ukraine, giving them offensive weapons. This is something that President Obama refused to do. And he is, on a lot of fronts, challenging Russian interests. In Syria, he authorized military strikes. Again, something that President Obama promised to do. He laid out a red line, and then he blinked. So this president doesn't just talk the talk. He walks the walk. He has been tough, and he's been pursuing America's interests around the world.
But there's so many counterfacts, Raj, that paint a picture of leniency and just the absence of invective from the president. I'm not arguing whether or not when he says ugly things about other people,
hang on, Chris, but you say, again, yeah, we can't win. Either we're being
but I don't think you're having it both
or
ways.
we're not. He
calls
you're
North
trying to have it
Korea's
both ways.
leader, Rocket Man. He accuses China of rape and creating global...
So in other words, is Cuomo just trying to get information, or he's just attacking? Do you see what I'm saying? He's attacking. He's biased against Trump. He's not asking questions to get answers. He's attacking. You see the difference? But the tables are going to turn real soon. And when you see them this aggravated and this much against Trump, you know that heads are going to roll, and they're going to be facing charges also, because they were paid off to spew this hatred, and it's all going to come out slowly but surely. And these people are going to be disgraced. I don't know who's going to report on it, actually, when they become disgraced to that level, that they were being paid off to report negatively against the president. It's disturbing. You notice how, if it was like we were talking about Obama, what a difference, or if we were talking about Hillary, what kind of questions, and so happy to see them, they wouldn't be attacking, right? Yeah, because we're taking the deep state on. That's why they're attacking. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.